You know the vibes. www.daymcomic.com, DAYMCOMIC.com. Click the link below. Order your comic books right now. They're dropping in a few months. Don't be without one.
What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so let's play a little catch up here for some of you that are going to come into this cold. Like, I don't know who these people are or whatever. If you follow the YouTuber, the podcaster, DJ Akademiks, you know that for the last few weeks, he's been beefing with a couple of different people. So he had been going back and forth with Meek Mill for the last few years. They've had something going on for at least 4 years, definitely over 3. It was like, because it went back to when Drake and Meek were going back and forth and dissing each other. So I know Meek Mill felt that DJ Akademiks had kind of fueled into some of the stuff that was happening. People were trolling him online and all that kind of thing. And then he been beefing with Freddie Gibbs, who's another rapper. And just recently, within the last 2 weeks, he started this thing between himself and ILoveMakonnen, who used to be signed to Drake's OVO label. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. So Makonnen had that one hit and hasn't had any other charting hits since then, even though I've heard other people go, oh, well, I mean, he hadn't had any hits, but I still like his music. So I'm like, okay, that's what it is then. You still like his music, but he's not breaking out there. You had a hit that charted on the billboards. I know it was a top 10 song. I think it hit number 1, but it was definitely a top 10. Tuesday was a top 10 track on the U.S. Billboard charts. That was a major hit. So many people listened to that track. But like I said, he with Makonnen, after that, he was a bigger guy. He was overweight by his own admission. Over the last few years, he worked out, and he's talked about he was on drugs and all this kind of thing. He's lost all that weight. He came out the closet and announced, let everybody know he was homosexual. He's been living his truth and whatnot, right? Okay. So a couple weeks ago, it was after Lil Nas X dropped his new record Montero, and everybody's loving Montero, and it actually is doing streaming numbers. I saw on Spotify like Lil Nas X was doing like over 50 million streams a month, so he's got fans listening to his music. But I think Makonnen felt, he's done interviews about this, Makonnen felt like when he came out and announced that he was gay, that he didn't get the same response that Lil Nas X is getting right now. And so he actually tweeted out that he started the gay-ish. He was like, I started this gay-ish. Boom. So, and then out of the blue, because DJ Akademiks hadn't talked about him forever, he started tagging DJ Akademiks in these tweets and, saying that he helped make his career. And he was like, he said, I built you, boo, and all this kind of thing. So this started a weird back and forth between Makonnen and DJ Akademiks. And so then DJ Akademiks went on Twitch and, he started, if you watch, anybody that watches DJ Akademiks Twitch streams, you'll know they are legendary. It's some of the best streams out there. It's like, my God. Matter of fact, go to the King Akademiks channel. DJ Akademiks got like 3 or 4 different YouTube channels. He got the main channel that's got like almost 3 million subscribers, but he's got the King Akademiks channel that's got like a couple 100,000 people following that as well. And on the King Akademiks channel, they take clips from his Twitch streams and put them on there. So if you don't want to sit through a whole, sometimes he'll stream for 3 or 4 hours. But they'll take the better clips and put it up on the King Akademiks channel, which I like, because sometimes I don't feel like sitting through, like, I was like, oh my God, he streamed for 5 hours. I don't want to sit there and watch all that. But they'll take all the best clips and put it up on the King Akademiks channel. But he had some words for Makonnen. And then last week, he actually really went in on him. I think on the Wednesday episode, he does off the record 3 times a week, and I think it was the Wednesday episode. And he actually went and broke Makonen's career down for like 20 minutes straight, just completely violated that man. It was horrible, right? But on Twitter, Makonnen had made a video about DJ Akademiks. He just, took his phone out, recorded a video, and uploaded it. And in the video, he used a derogatory term to describe DJ. I have to talk a certain way because when you're flat, but it rhymes with maggot. Now remember, I told you Makonnen has come out and said that he is, he's come out and claimed his sexuality. He's part of the LGBTQ community, right? But he referred to DJ Akademiks, who is not part of the LGBTQ community, as this word that, like I said, it rhymes with maggot, begins with an F, and I'll just leave it at that, right? He also referred to him as a Bati boy. And I was like, if you follow DJ Akademiks is Jamaican. And I have a couple friends that are Jamaican. And one thing I know, they don't play jokes about their sexuality, because there's stuff about the LGBTQ community in Jamaica. There was somebody I saw, and they used to live in Jamaica, and they were LGBTQ, and they were talking about stuff that would happen to you if you were open about your sexuality there and all this kind of thing. So they are just, like I said, DJ Akademiks is from, so he's calling DJ Akademiks, closeted homosexual. He's doing all this type stuff, right? And actually used that word and he also called him a Bati boy, which if you know about Jamaican culture, that is another version, that is another slur that they use, right? To demonize people that are in the LGBTQ community, right? So like I said, Akademiks wasn't bothering Makonnen. Makonnen was bothering him and trying to promote his new record. So it seemed like he has a song out or whatever, and he was trolling, and he was, it seemed like Freddie Gibbs started this thing where, hey, I'm gonna promote my record, and I'm going to say something wild about DJ Akademiks and have him go off on me, and that'll get me a lot of free promo. So Makonnen seemed like he was trying to follow this same blueprint, right? Well, like I said, Akademiks went in, and he just really, really broke it down and broke down why Makonnen is kind of a failure and a flop and all this kind of thing. Something interesting happened the other day, though. Akademiks went on Twitch last night, and he revealed that NBA YoungBoy called him. NBA YoungBoy called DJ Akademiks. NBA YoungBoy just got out he just bonded out of jail a few weeks ago. They said it was a $500,000 bond. So NBA YoungBoy did this, right? And NBA YoungBoy likes Makonnen and rocks with his music, but he also likes DJ Akademiks. So he tried to be a peacemaker, and he called DJ Akademiks, and he was like, hey, man, I see y'all going back and forth. If you want me to help you, I can, I'm cool with Makonnen. We can help, try to build a bridge and help squash it. Akademiks revealed this on his Twitch stream last night. Like I said, some of those clips are on the King Akademiks channel. So if you go, like I said, go to King Akademiks, you can watch him talking about him talking to YoungBoy and the conversation he had. Another thing happened. Makonnen, I guess after the last Akademiks has over 1 million people following him just on Twitter alone, has 4.5 million people following him on Instagram. The Spotify, his podcast is still top 10 overall podcast. I think he came in at number 6, and it was Joe Rogan, Jon Stewart was number 2, and then there were 3 true crime podcasts, and then at number 6 was DJ Akademiks, which is outstanding. So that blows away the hip hop category. That's overall. The fact that he's number 6 behind Joe Rogan is amazing. Joe Rogan's the GOAT in the podcast game. But like I said, NBA YoungBoy reached out to Akademiks, and he was like, yo, man, I saw what you were saying about Makonnen, and, I think you went a little too far. I understand y'all been going back and forth, but I think you went a little too far. And Makonnen turned his Twitter off, which that was weird to me. I was sitting there going, dude, you go to, I think it's ILoveMakonnen 5D, and it's verified. It's his actual, like I said, he had made some, he kept tagging Akademiks in different tweets and doing that. He was trolling. And I think he got his feelings hurt by some of the response he got. Because like I said, he only had, I think on his Twitter, he only had about 140, 150,000 people following. And someone with over 1 million followers starts quote tweeting you and sending that mob to you. I think the heat got to him a little bit. I think he was just trolling for Akademiks to promote his music and stuff like that. I think that's what was going on. And I thought that was interesting that NBA YoungBoy tried to be the peacemaker. Akademiks was actually saying, look, man, I thought we was like doing some WWE stuff, because Akademiks don't really hate Makonnen. He was just saying that he was just thought they were making content or whatever, he'd get the little promo clout that, Makonnen would get that promo that he wanted, and Akademiks would get content that would go viral, and he could do the YouTube clips and everything and make a lot of money, which is what he does, right? And he did not realize that maybe some of the stuff, some of the energy that Makonnen was receiving back may have been a little more harmful to his, to his mental health. The fact that he shut his Twitter down, that was interesting. I was like, man, you started trolling at first. So I thought it was strange that he turned his Twitter off, but it is what it is at this point. I thought, like I said, I thought that was interesting that NBA YoungBoy reached out to DJ Akademiks and asked him, hey man, I rock with both of y'all, man. Let's see, can we get y'all to talk and like squash all this? It doesn't have to keep going back and forth. And and Ak was telling his people, he's like, look, I don't have no problems with Makonnen. I thought we were both in on this together since he started sending, disses towards me first. So I thought this was a mutual thing, and then he turned the Twitter off and all this kind of thing. So hopefully Makonnen comes back. As Charlemagne the God say, we would like to wish him healing energy. But since I saw both sides and I saw that, I've 50 Cent said something a while back. Everybody was calling him a bully, the way he would respond to different people on social media, right? And he was saying, you only see my response. You don't see the slap that happened before my response. So I agree with 50 there that if you start something, you can't get offended by the way the person that you offended responds. And I would also say, to all this trolling and all this, social media is weird, man. It's like there's so many trolls on there, right? Sometimes you get the desired effect. You get more followers, you get more streams for your music and all that. And then other times you start going, oh man, this is not what I intended, and you get a lot of negativity thrown back at you, and then you end up, maybe I need to take a little break from Twitter and turn my Twitter off. Like I said, right before I made the video, I checked, it's still down. So he turned the Twitter off. But like I said, I still love that Tuesday's a banger. I gotta be honest. I've listened to other songs from Makonnen, and they're not for me, but Tuesday with Drake is a dope song. I played that song a million billion times. So and I will still play it. It's still an incredible song. But I just thought that was an interesting thing, because one of the reasons I want to talk about it is because in the beginning, when I mentioned that Makonnen had referred to Akademiks as the F word and all that, and I've noticed that when you are a so-called, you can use, if you're in a certain class, you can use a quote-unquote diversity shield, and that allows you to do things. But then if someone does that same or returns that same energy to you, you get to put up your diversity shield and go, you can't, you can't say that to me, I'm black. You can't say that to me, I'm trans. You can't say that to me, I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I've noticed that that's what we like to do, especially on social media. And so I found that funny, because some of the people that were defending Makonnen were saying, well, you can't, you're bullying someone that's LGBTQ. And I'm like, wait a minute. So that gives him a pass for when he was insulting DJ Akademiks Akademiks hadn't talked about him in years, and he just came out of the blue, and it was pretty clear that he was only doing so to promote his album. It's like, boom, Akademiks is this. I made Akademiks. I did this. Akademiks, you're this. Blah, blah, blah. Listen to this song. That's what he was doing. He would like send some insults and then tweet out a link to where you could listen to his music. So it was that kind of, which I thought was corny. But either way, hey, don't dish it if you can't take it. But like I said, as Akademiks said last night, he don't want no harm to come to Makonnen. He don't want nothing bad to happen to him. They don't have no real beef. He thought, like I said, he thought they were doing like WWE stuff. He thought they were working. So it was no real beef. And he thought that he even invited him on his podcast a couple weeks ago. He was like, dude, he's like, come on. He's like, let's do some content together. You can come on my podcast. We'll just insult each other and do whatever. And the audience will, the audience will get to see and listen to some of your music or whatever. We can do it like that. And I thought I was looking forward to seeing that. Like I said, maybe it might still happen, but at this point, Makonnen has turned his Twitter off. I'm sure Makonnen is coming back. I know Makonnen will turn his Twitter back on after all this blows over. And but if you've seen some of the back and forth, if you watch Akademiks, if you listen to Makonnen, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. PlaceTheBets.com, guys. Are you tired of crapping out on sites like Fanduel and Draftkings? Go to PlaceTheBets.com. Set your fantasy lineup. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. They got them all. They'll set your lineup. 30 days is only $1. You can go. You can sign up right now. That 30 days is only $1. PlaceTheBets.com and get that Skrilla. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.